knew it. I knew it. See, that's why I checked this time before I kept going, because I remember I'll be streaming and then the sucker will turn itself off. You know, it'll like, it's not turn itself up, but it won't collect the information and the data that I just put out there. See, now it's acting, just now, is it still acting brand new? I never got to say, okay, never got to say goodbye, but I bet you there's no part one. See, I'm just talking this whole time, and I don't even know if anybody really heard what I said. That doesn't matter. I'm gonna continue. You know what I'm saying? I want to just. Well, okay. How about this? Just in case you didn't, if you didn't hear what I said, I was talking about you can't have two masters. Talk to him, Jesus. Matthew 6:24. No one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve God and be enslaved to money. You can't do it. Never say you can't. 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 You know what I'm doing right now? I'm showing you that what your actions and your and everything that's on your false actions and everything that you've done, I'm going to show you that it's obsolete, useless. It's no good. I'm going to show you that your salt has no flavor, and I'm going to show you that your light is truly darkness. You can't do it. You can't. How are you going to save the world and kill the world at the same time? You can't do both. You need to make what? Bingo. That's right. That's right. You know what I did last week? I slept. Whoa, you sleep. Oh, we're gonna get you for sleeping. You know what I thought to myself? You're not gonna get me for sleeping. You're gonna get yourself for staying awake. It just dawned on me. I said, no wonder why y'all can't sleep at night. No wonder why you can't sleep at night. Because your conscience is so full of guilt. Your heart is it's in such pain. I love you, Special K. I love your videos. And then as soon as I show up, you are trying to take me to jail. You can't have both. You know, I want to bring my girlfriend in here or my wife. You know, and now it's okay with the wife because those are usually because there's there's family emergencies. But you know, people these days, I'm gonna bring my girl home and we're gonna live together with my family's house, and then what happens? Well, two scenarios happen. Now, in my scenario, I never left. I'm the little brother, and I never left. So what happened? Everybody in the house got along. But see, if I had have been there, they would not have gotten along. Nope. That's part of how evil works. When it's present, they pretend like they're working together. They're not. Anyway, no, they're not. They pretend like they're working together. They're not. Evil can't do that. you wanna you know, you wanna drive at 100 miles per hour, but you don't want a speeding ticket. Like, you can't do both. You need to make a decision. If you're gonna speed, and if don't get mad if you get a ticket. And if you don't speed, you should get mad if you do. Did you hear me? Talk about, I don't get mad, I get even. That's your problem, yo. You don't get mad. That's your problem. Because if you got mad, you know what you would do? This is exactly what you would do. You would try to right the wrong. A person's not mad for nothing. You ever thought of that? Why is this person mad? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why anybody's mad. Because another person has done them wrong. And then you got people who are fake mad. What do you mean? Dude, they were angry before they came in there. They were already mad. You know? You came in happy, now you ain't happy. And ain't it something, people, and I know there's people out there who can relate. Okay, isn't it something when you have a friend that you have come to know and love and trust, and then one day, like, their whole attitude changes and you don't recognize it immediately, but as time goes along and you slowly start parting ways, you think to yourself, like, you changed. And then I think this myself, I'm like, were you ever nice to me? Isn't that something? I've seen the opposite too. I've seen people turn from bad to good. And then the best, of course, when people just stay good. People change, yo. That's one thing I don't like about kids sometimes, especially before they become adults. They'll be like 8 years old. They'll be really nice and cool, right? Then they turn 14. They just flip. And then sometimes the opposite happens, because we know life is so funny and so full of things. It's not that cut and dry. Then you got the 8-year-old who's mean and grows up to be nice. Look, I've seen more of the opposite. I usually don't see kids get better. I usually see them get worse. But you got those rare ones who mature. You know, we were partners, we were friends, we were boys, and then I see you again, dude, and phew, you changed. I'm like, yeah, you're not the same person I remember, 3 years ago. I don't know you anymore. My grandmother, you see, this is like a Kalari thing. This is what I do. I've been doing this my whole life because it needs to be done. The person, like, I'll leave you. Doesn't matter it doesn't matter if we're enclosed in the same room. I'll leave you forever, and I won't come back. Now this is a special story for real. My grandmother, this is a true story. My grandmother and I grew up with her, and when I turned 27, I was 27 years old. We just this the whole 27 years, I reached my last straw. I said, you know what, old woman, I don't care if you're my grandmother or not. I don't ever want to see you again. I'm sick of this. I'm tired of I'm sick of this, yo. I abandoned that woman. I forsook my grandmother. I said, F you. I don't care who you are. Didn't shed a tear. As a matter of fact, life got better. She loses her leg. Now, this is at the time where I'm still angry with her. I'm like, oh, well, that's what you get. I didn't care. And it moved me. You've been torturing my ass for 27 years. You need that's by payment. A leg. So time moves forward. One day I'm sitting in my room. The phone rings. I don't ever answer the phone. I pick up the phone. Hello? As a matter of fact, I recognized the area code. I said, that's North Carolina. And I knew, and my parents left out of town. I was like, maybe they need some help. That's what I was really thinking. It's something like that. Just something good. So I answered the phone. This lady's on the other end. Hello? I said, hi. Hi. She said, she asked me who's this. Calling my house, asking me who it is. Now, this is kind of crazy because she asked me 3 times who it was. I'm like, she knew who it was. She said she handed the phone to my grandmother. She was in hospice, hospice, because of her leg. She picked up the phone. Actually, before the lady passed the phone, I heard it. She was like, "It's your grandson." Grandma picked up the phone. Hello? I said, "Hey, who's this?" It's Kalari. We started to talk. She was like, "Yeah, Kalari." I said, I actually spoke. I started because I've been saved. I was saved, and I was trying to pass that on. But anyway, I said, "I heard what happened to you. Are you doing all right? We had a nice little talk actually." And then she said, "Kalari, when are you gonna come and see me again?" And that's when the universe stopped moving for a second. I was like, wait a minute, what'd you say? I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. Like, huh? I thought you hated my guts. So, inside I'm saying this. Outside I said, well, when we go back to Carolina again, I'll be there. So she wanted to see me. I was like, that's nice. I was really excited. Been praying for her. I get down there, I see her. I drove. I like driving long. I'd be tearing it up. Woo! Side story. When I left after everybody was acting up Saturday, I had to put the pedal to the metal. I said, "Woo! Y'all need to stop cutting in front of me, man." I was, trying to cause an accident. Roads were still a little damp. I was going 120 miles per hour. I said, "Boy, Kalari, get that." So I'm just thinking to myself, please don't pull in front of me, y'all. I don't wait for people to. I'd make every move. You don't have to. It's very calculated and very smart. All right, let's get back to the story. So I walk in the room. The first thing I see is I'm looking at it right now. Was the Holy Bible sitting on her desk. A little tray, actually. Right in front of her. That's the first thing I saw. I was like, I just knew right there, she's better now, Jesus is in her heart, she's got the Holy Ghost. We took her out of the hospital. We hung out that day. She was like, "Kalari, if I were 12 years old, I would chase after you." I said, "Why?" Something like that. Because you're a handsome young man. I just couldn't believe my ears. I said, she's never been this nice to me. Just and then just a smile on her face, and she said, "I want a Pepsi. Give me a Pepsi." She drank it, and she was at her house, man. She just like, man, that was the last time she went there too. So, that abandonment changed her. She turned into a ball of light, and then 2 months later, she died. Yeah, I gotta finish the story. But when she died, it's not like I know some people die and we have huge tributes on them, but I know their soul ain't in the right place, and that's the truth. But I'll still give a tribute because that's just how love is. It's not for them; it's for you. But see, my grandmama, now she went to heaven. I remember God said to me, "This is personal now. You can believe it if you believe it or not." God wanted me to be there, to escort her gently into the next world. The Saturday, I didn't go to the hospice because she stopped moving. She was just lifeless. And also I was starting to get to know the people there. I was like, I don't want to get to know y'all. That's real talk. Why not? Because I'm not here to hang out and like have fun. I'm here to transfer my grandmama, to the next world. She wasn't going until I got there. I actually postponed it another week to go down there. And I was mad. Oh, no, don't worry. I had a promise to keep. God's gonna keep her alive. Don't worry. We got down there, sitting in the room. It was actually Friday, and we're singing hymnals, and she was like, "Hold my hand, hold my hand." I looked at her right in her eyes. I said, "Yeah, Grandma, you're getting ready to go home to see Jesus." She was like, "Oh, okay, get ready to see Jesus." You know what I'm saying? But she wanted to see her grandson, her saved, adopted, Holy Ghost filled grandson. She wanted me. And God said, "You've done your duty, now you can go." That Saturday the angels came and took her soul to heaven, whereas now she's there and I'm still here. Is Grandma watching over me? No, she's not. She's chilling. God is watching over me. I don't need her to watch over me. I need Jesus. I'll see her when I get there. Right now, but she's not watching over me. And as a matter of fact, I don't want her watching over me because there's some things that I'm okay. There's some things that I'm doing that I don't want her to. That's none of her business. It's between me and Jesus. It's funny, but it's true. So we go back to the hospice on Sunday when she's gone to bed. You walk in the room and just poof. I love it when like people disappear because in my head I just hear this poof sound. Poof. I could just hear it. I can hear the hollow airs. Like, yo is gone. Yo is not here anymore, huh? I walked in that room, man. There's, of course, we got to divvy up the stuff now. I said, I want the Bible. So my aunt, she's dead too. She's dead too. She gave me the Bible. She said, "Here you go, son." I said, "Thank you." even her, even my aunt Cynthia, she's the one. She's the one I'm talking about. Even we came at peace with our relationship because I finally just stopped trying with her. I'm like, no, no more. No, you're not. And then, yeah, we did. It's over. It was over after that. It's all good. It's all green now. So. So, yeah, that's my. And what an inheritance that is! Better than a car or a house. I'm looking at it right now. There's, all a lot of the. I mean, not all, but a lot of the. I guess all of them do. Yeah, some of them. Some of them have. Yeah, I know some of them like have special and sentimental. That's the word I'm looking for. Has sentimental value. You know what I'm saying? That's it's one of those things. If I lost that book, I'm not gonna die, but it's like, but I'm also gonna be like, damn, man, that was my grandma's book, yo. So who knows, man? Maybe one day I could pass that on to someone else. I actually had a green Bible I gave to somebody was there's some black lady I saw standing just standing at the corner of the block. I was like, so I walked up to her, talked to her for a second. I said, "You want a Bible?" She said, "Yeah, sure." But yeah, I got stories. That's the story of that Bible. But the point of all that what was the point of that whole story? Well, the point is that you can't serve both God and mammon. The point is, dude, is when it's time to let you go, I'm gonna let you go forever. So when I go back into like PSGL or WOR or whatever, I will not be in the chat because that particular chat is just extremely toxic and poisonous and full of destruction and hate. It's pretty bad. You know what I mean? All they do is complain about Ron Hart cheating, and then they go on and say, whether Jarno is washed or the goat, wash me or goat me, and then what else? What other facts do I have? Now they're calling Thomas fat. I'm rooting for this person. It's just a bunch of. It's the most. It's. And then of course you got those people in there who really try to make a difference. Dude, the best thing you can do is close it up. I remember I was even hanging out with my friend Kenneth Copeland and his and gang because they were having their weekly conference and or a special event, whatever it was, and there's people up in that chat. They were acting crazy. You can't just block people off. You got to close the whole thing down. That's the best. That's the best plan of action. With all this, but next year, oh yeah. Be prepared to see me. Again. Everywhere. I'm gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna be hanging out. If we got 2 cars again, yeah, I'm definitely gonna take one. If we got time, when the people are home and when my parents are home, they're tired for the day, I'm going outside. I'm gonna get in the car. I'm gonna go out somewhere and hang out. And then there's gonna be people up there following me and looking at me stupid. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just sit right there and look right back at you. God's gonna help me with that. God's gonna take care of it. I could be honest and say I don't always know. That's what I have God for. You know, He takes care of all the stuff I don't know and I can't do. That's why they say snitches get stitches. You don't have to tell a person what the wrong someone's doing. You could tell God. Isn't that the same thing as snitching? Yep. Snitching to a person, it absolutely is. You know, I don't think I'm gonna play. I certainly am not feeling it. I just want to talk. Radio time with Kalari Purdue. You know what I'm saying? You guys, have I taught you nothing? And have I been spoiling you guys too much? Okay. The stream cuts off. You can't see anymore. That's like, dude, we're on radio mode then. See? No roots. You have no roots. I grew up listening to radio, shows. They had one. It was like a Christian show. I don't know if it's still going on, but I can't remember the name of it. It was on this Christian channel, and it was a series. Back in the day, they had, people would get on the radio and listen to baseball games, and get on the radio, listen to mystery stories. They go on the radio and what? Go to church? People are talking about going to the house of the Lord. If you're a Holy Spirit filled person, God will take you to the house of the Lord, and it ain't gonna be a problem. And know that life is not that cut and dry, yo. You have to remember. Excuse me. You have to remember something. There was an Old Testament before there was a New Testament, but I'm not gonna talk it. I'm gonna read it because I found this the other day. Hold on. There you go. John 16:2. This is where God wanted me to take y'all today. John 16:2. For you will be expelled from the synagogues, and a time is coming when those who kill you will think they are doing a holy service for God. Okay, isn't that what I just said? I'm being killed, and people are getting what? Paid for it. They're trying to kill me, destroy me, and steal from me. And meanwhile, while they're getting paid for it, and they think, what do they think they're doing? A holy service for God. God's another shorter for saying God's work. So what does that lead me to? That leads me to the woman of the well. Here we go. Come on. Give me the verse. John 4:24. Okay, so all this is being documented. Yeah, I just want to say goodbye. I don't know if I said it, but I'm gonna say it again just in case I didn't. I want to say goodbye. So all the good people in CCC, all of you, goodbye. I want to say Kalari loves you very much, and he's gonna miss you very much. Goodbye. Because all of you don't hate me, but you can't. But you can't be. It's a mix. We're not on one accord. There's division. There's mixed things going on, and that's just not popping. Okay, y'all ready? Let's start. That's a good point. Let's start here. Verse 19, John 4. Yes. Okay. Sir, the woman said, I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place where we must worship is in Jerusalem. Stop. So where you gotta worship, you gotta come to the house of the Lord. You gotta come to church. Now I just read to you that you will be expelled from the synagogues. Now who's you? I'm talking about myself. Let me ask you, preacher, something. Can you roll with me on this? Can you forget belief? This is real. This is really happening to me. And Jesus is telling me and telling you what's happening to me. So when you're quick to judge, be careful. I'm not getting on you. But it's important. Not but and. Because if I say but, because I am. And it's important. Woman, Jesus replied, believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father, neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We Jewish, we worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. Yet a time is coming, and has now come, when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and in truth. For they are the kind of worshippers the Father seeks. God is spirit, and his worshippers must worship in the Spirit and in truth. Okay, Jesus said, yet a time is coming, and has now come. Oh, I'm sorry. He says, woman, Jesus replied, believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem. But that's God's, so you telling me I gotta go to Jerusalem? I gotta go and show up and present myself at CCC, knowing that half the church hates me for nothing? Especially you, Pastor, the worst of them all. And Mrs. Elliott, thank you for being kind about, because you be doing things behind my back. I don't know. Again, I don't know. You could look back and see how nitpicky you are. No, it's not that I'm going to be sitting here for the rest of my life and saying, yeah, I don't have to go to the house of the Lord because Jesus said, no. What I'm saying is God what I'm saying is that the steps of a righteous person are ordered by the Lord, and God is going to guide me into a new church. I don't know how it's going to happen, but it could happen like this. A friend could walk up to me one day and say, hey, Kalari, would you like to come and worship with me here today? I say, yeah, I go. I feel the love. I stay there. I become a member, and it's all good. And the people are loving. They don't flip on you because of COVID. That's not what flipped them. It actually was what finished them off. I was going to get into detail about it, but I don't know if there's really anything to get into as I think about it. As I rehash it for the second time, I said, maybe not. No, I've already talked about it a million times. You walk up in there, saying hello to Colin. Colin is, Colin, you're ugly. And then you, Chase, with your stupid rings and all over your face and all that crap. Screw you. You know what I mean? 2 middle fingers to you. Hope you. Never mind. Anything else? I think that's it. And then, yeah, I guess that's it. I don't. I'm sure I've said what I said, but I'm not gonna say it again because it's just the principle of the thing, even if it wasn't recorded. And I really don't feel like playing right now. So, because I just wanted to just get this stuff off. I just wanted to get some stuff off my chest. So we got this thumbnail, and I got the thumbnail looks just like this on the last video that I made of this. So I'm gonna see if I can find something different, so we won't have a repeat twice. There's certainly not gonna be anything different because I've just been chit chatting the whole time. So yeah, I think that's it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna force myself. I just had to. I had to preach the gospel today. Today's a preaching day. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be back later. Play whatever I feel like playing. I'll continue this later. So, on that note, have a nice day. I'm gonna get some rest so I can get ready for wrestling tonight. Cause I'm trying to come back. I want to come back tonight. I want to enjoy some good old-fashioned Raw, man. I just missed everything, man. Because I dropped dead literally. But no, God gave me some new life, so let me go ahead and use it wisely. Ta-ta. Bye-bye.